Situationships have quietly become the most common type of relationship. And what's interesting is they actually last longer than actual relationships. Welcome back to Love, Lust, and Life. I'm Zel Kai, your conversational leader, the modern day priestess. Now, let's really get into it, okay? Why are situationships lasting longer? And first, we all know what a situationship is, right? You do everything that looks like a relationship, but you don't really have a title. And you're just in a situation with this person. Okay. Okay. So why are they lasting longer? It's not because people are confused, but it's because something deeper is keeping them there. Now, this is modern dating that I'm speaking about, right? So that could look like you're talking every day, you're spending time together, acting like a couple, but avoiding the commitment. Now, there's what's happening on the surface, and then there's what's happening underneath it. So on the surface, we're just going with the flow, right? That's what we say. Oh, we're going with the flow. We're just, whatever happens, it is what it is. And I used to be one of those people. I used to be totally okay with situationships. I didn't feel like I needed a title. We was just gonna do what we was gonna do till we weren't gonna do it no more, right? Until one time it was like, I don't know if I like this shit for real, right? Because underneath, somebody is benefiting without committing, and someone is hoping that it turns into something more. So, in the situationship that I was in, where I had become the person who wanted something more, and they was totally okay with benefiting from not having that commitment expressed, right? So now I'm like, I don't want this because now I'm the person that wants something more. But here's the illusion that we a lot of times miss. Situationships survive on one word, and that one word is maybe. Maybe it'll change. Maybe they'll choose me. Maybe this will turn into something. And that maybe keeps people emotionally invested. So let's look at the pattern. It's closeness, then distance, then closeness again, right? And that is not random. That creates an emotional and energetic loop. And so now you're not just attached to the person, but you're also attached to that feeling. Your body gets used to the pattern. It gets used to the highs and the lows, the waiting, the attention. And then now that becomes familiar, which it should never be. So if it's unclear, it's usually not in your favor. And people feel that, right? They just don't always act on it. Okay, let's listen to my good friend, Brother Titus. Now, he was talking about boundaries, but I felt like this was important to drop right here because boundaries can also assist with determining if this is something that you really want to stay in. Okay, let's listen to what he has to say.
I've been having an awareness in dating lately. Not about chemistry, not about attraction, not even about compatibility, but about effort. If you've ever been someone who naturally goes the extra mile, you check in, you make the drive, you plan the date, you adjust your schedule, you extend grace. At some point, you have to pause and ask, would they go that far for me? Not to compare, though, not to keep score, not to punish, but to stay aware. Because overgiving feels noble in the beginning until it turns into imbalance. And imbalance turns into resentment. Dating has been teaching me this. Boundaries aren't about controlling someone else, they are about observing, observing the extent someone is willing to show up, observing how they respond when it's inconvenient, observe whether effort is mutual or one sided, and then match that energy, not from ego, but from self respect. If I'm always the one extending myself further than someone would ever extend for me, that's not love. That's over functioning. And I don't know about you. I don't want to overfunction anymore. I want reciprocity. I want mutual care. I want someone who meets me in the middle, not someone I have to carry to the middle. So now I just pay attention, not to what they say, but to what they're willing to do. And I move accordingly.
So I think that those are good markers to check if you're in a situationship. Cause sometimes a lot of y'all don't even know y'all in a situationship. You in a relationship and he ain't. And so when you find yourself doing too much, going too far, doing the most, and they're not doing the same, that's when you need to stop and check and say, okay, this is a situationship and I don't want this no more. And the worst part about situationships is when you start to feel like there's love in that situation. Maybe even they may say they feel like it too. 90% of the time, they damn don't. They just saying it because you do. But when you get to that point, it's gone too far and things start to get murky and then they get confusing. And for okay, women, y'all don't beat me up, my girls. Y'all know y'all my girls. Y'all know I go up for y'all all the time. But usually it's us not listening and not paying attention, thinking that we can make it something more when they have been very clear. They don't want more with your ass. And it ain't it ain't nothing else to it. They don't want something more with you. They may go and get into another relationship and well another situationship and actually make that girl their woman. It was because they didn't want your ass. And you have to be clear about that. When somebody is showing you who they are, showing you, telling you all the things, baby, pay attention, okay? And move accordingly. Now, if you can handle that because you got some extra things going on yourself, then by all means, have a good time. Everybody happy, everybody okay, everybody cool. But if that's not you, then you need to take a look at those boundaries and either exit or stay and don't complain, okay? And don't definitely don't try to do no love work in these type of situations. It just doesn't go good. And I think that's about to be a whole other video within itself. But the point of the matter is you can't build something stable on something that keeps disappearing. So be honest. Do people stay because they're confused or because they already know what it is? Let me know down in the comments and let's talk about it on the next episode, which will be about why people can't let go of toxic relationships. That's what we're going to be talking about next week. Hope to see you there. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, honey, do all the things for me, okay? And I'll see you guys in the next episode.